Yo, what's up everybody? Durag back with another video, and today we have some video clips of our incoming rookie class showing exactly what they can do against NBA level competition. As we all know, this year has been tremendously tough on everyone, and these athletes are no exception. All of these guys were drafted and got to fulfill their dreams, but they also received the short end of the stick by not being able to have a full training camp, an opportunity to actually play with their teammates more than a few times before the actual start of NBA games. It's been a trying year, but again, these guys have been preparing for this moment their entire life. They were able to finally hear their name called on draft night, and we got our first taste of them against NBA players. And I'm excited, man. I love rookies. I love the new guys. I love being able to project and just have fun with this. So let's just jump right in. First up, we got Anthony Edwards, 6'5", 225-pound, 19-year-old, drafted number 1 by the Minnesota Timberwolves. The flashes of space creation and shot making are still very bright, but I'm going to need to see the consistency and shot selection improve going forward. The fact that he's actually getting up at least 5 threes per game bodes very, very well for his shooting development and for the respect defenses will have to give him going forward. Ant is not going to shy away from scoring the basketball. I'm going to need to see the rim attempts increase and the percentages increase before I'm fully bought in. But his combo of shot making and athleticism, it truly does not come around often. And the fact that he also got better every single game that he played in is a great sign. Again, this was most of these kids' first opportunity to really play organized basketball with their teammates. The shortened turnaround / lack of training camp, of course, is going to hurt all rookies the most. So any flashes that we see out of these guys, we need to take highly. Next up, we have James Wisemen. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get clips for him, but a 7'1", 240-pound big man drafted number 2 overall by the Golden State Warriors. Wiseman's the only rookie that we have that was actually able to play in a meaningful game, but it was also game 1 for him. Unfortunately, he had to go against the Brooklyn Nets, who completely eviscerated the Golden State Warriors. But there was encouraging signs by Wisemen. His dribble drive game seems legit, and the smooth transition from dribble to full extension is actually special for his size. But when the game was well out of reach, we also saw the face-up jumper come out, and he certainly flashed enough skills against good competition to make me a believer. I was initially skeptical, but Wisemen looks like he's going to be great. Good rookie debut, 19 points and 6 boards. Next up, we have LaMelo Ball, 6'7", 181 pounds, drafted number 3 by Charlotte. Remember that earlier caveat about looking for the special, especially with how little playing time these guys have had together due to COVID restrictions? LaMelo is neon sign flashing with his special. The placement of these passes is pretty ridiculous, and holding that defender with the second pass shows his basketball IQ in full. He's not shooting great like Ant, but he's 6'7" long and will eventually put on weight. I'm not too worried about his scoring yet, especially with guys like Devontae, Miles, Terry, and Gordon to take that pressure off of him. And if Lonzo is any indication, this kid's going to work tirelessly to get better, and who doesn't want to play with a guy whose best skill is passing you wide open? I mean, just look at this.
Ball protects, leaves it for Ben. Oh, nice assist. Really nice assist.
And next up, we got Patrick Williams, aka Pat Will, 6'8", 215, 19 years old, drafted number 4 by the Chicago Bulls. We try to shy away from player comps around here, but what you can see on film is that Pat's got a smooth mid-range jumper. He knows how to get to his spots with ease, and he rises up quick and with confidence on all of these mid-range attempts. He just looks naturally fluid with the ball. And athletically, he's not stiff at all or robotic like some forwards with his comparable measurables. The long twos show extreme promise for expanding that range to behind the arc. And you can see why he shot up draft boards and what had people so intrigued with him. I really hope the Bulls give him the full green light this year. High school Pat Will, unlocked in the NBA, could be very scary. And if he can hit a pull-up three like this, with any sort of regularity in the pick and roll, he's going to be a nightmare 3-level scorer for years to come. Next up, we have Isaac Okoro, the 6'6", 225-pound guard wing forward, drafted 5th overall by Cleveland. I'm not sure anyone had a better initial impression than Isaac Okoro, starting out strong from the field and then securing the game-winning defensive stop and subsequent run-out layup for the go-ahead field goal. He's been used everywhere from shooting guard, small forward, and power forward in the lineup, and that versatility is really necessary when Cleveland has 3 other guard/wings that I really want to see take the floor with Isaac. It's going to make him be able to get on the floor with their young core a lot easier. And I was a fan of Okoro coming out of college, so these early flashes look very, very promising. The defensive IQ pops, and so does the passing by watching the games. And next up, we got Tyrese Haliburton, 6'5", 185, drafted number 12 overall by Sacramento Kings. Tyrese is so fun, man. Someone on Twitter created a highlight reel of his defensive clips, and his IQ and length at the one spot is truly the ultimate equalizer. It really does look like he's just a prospect that has truly outlier instincts and processing speed. He's going to be so good for this Sacramento team, and at worst, I see him as a great third guard, but I legitimately think this kid's got starting potential just based off what we've seen, man. In his defensive clips, he shuts down like 5 fast breaks single-handedly at NBA speed. He's going to be a player that I think fits fantastic with both Fox and Hield. If either of them is on the court, he's going to be able to play off of either one or play for either one. And we know Durag loves defensive prospects, and the fact that Tyrese is able to really show what he's got in these first couple of games, I'm excited for him. I was a fan, I'm still a fan, and the things that he's doing do look special on the court. And next up, we have Immanuel Quickley at 6'3", 190 pounds, 21 years old, but he was drafted 25th overall by New York. I wasn't very high on him coming out of the draft, but clearly the Knicks saw something in him to make him a first-round prospect. And when you drop 22 points and 5 steals in a game, you certainly have my attention. Couple that with 12 assists in his final 2 games, and I'm very intrigued by Mr. Quickley. If he can be the offensive orchestrator to this young Knicks squad, that's a better than expected outcome than I had for him coming out of the draft. He's got some good feel and pace, and he's already manipulated the D after collapsing the defense. Color me interested in Mr. Quickley. Next up is Cole Anthony, 6'3", 185 pounds, 20 years old, drafted 15th overall by the Orlando Magic. Cole Anthony actually led all rookies in total points during the preseason. He seems healthier. The burst that he had in high school but not college seems to have returned. The shooting is going to continue to be there, and that opens up the dribble drive game for him in the pick and roll. He's always been able to take contact well at the rim, and with more space to get downhill and the dynamic ability to hit pull-up threes, he's a great fit with Fultz and the Magic. The shot-making confidence and the willingness to remain cool and lead the Magic to a comeback win excites me for his potential. He's always had lead guard skills and potential, and to see it kind of fully realized in an NBA setting, capped off with a go-ahead bucket, that's exactly what I wanted to see out of Cole. And last up, we have our own Jalen Smith, 6'10", 215 pounds, 20 years old, drafted 10th overall by Phoenix. Jalen is going to be the last prospect we covered today. His aggressiveness and willingness to dribble drive from the perimeter has been a very welcome sight. He's got a nose for being in scoring position and taking advantage of his chances. I'm not a huge fan of his fit at the 4, but so far the rookie has shown more dribble drive ability in 4 games than DA's entire career, and I truly believe that. I like his fight and confidence, but would love to see him more with a floor spacing threat at the 4 or 5, like a Cam Johnson, a Dario Saric, or a Frank Kaminsky. This is going to allow him to play to his rim protecting natural instincts. So till next time, everybody, do rag out.